Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, let us say thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has been giving us mercy and blessings so we can attend and gather in this place without any troubles and obstacles. Secondly, may salawat and salam always be given to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam who has guided us from the darkness to the brightness, namely Islam religion with Al-Quran as the foundation of our life. Introduce myself, my name is Yulia Wawanyi. I am the moderator from our group 4. Today, we will explain the interview PELA and GANDONG in LARIKE village. To make efficient as of time, for the first speaker, time is yours.
Hi everyone, my name is Handayani Buton and I am the first speaker.
My name is Lindayan Hitimala and I am the second speaker.
Hello everyone, my name is Nurjana. I am the third speaker.
Hello everyone, my name is Rusmawati Sibatia. I am the fourth speaker.
In general, PELA and GANDONG is a cultural bond that shows family, relationship, friendship, and kinship in the Maluku Islands. PELA and GANDONG have an important value in maintaining order in traditional Maluku society and play a strategic role in mobilizing and building community togetherness to achieve certain goals. PELA is a relationship between several villages that have kinship relation or help each other in work or other aid motives. Meanwhile, GANDONG is a bond of togetherness that comes from the belief that all Maluku people come from the same ancestors. PELA GANDONG is a bond of unity that brings together relatives from various villages who have a mutually beneficial relation and are bound by an oath that cannot be broken. History of PELA GANDONG in LARIKE village. GANDONG means the relationship between brothers and sisters that has existed or occurred in area or one country since hundreds of years ago. Then it has been preserved from generation to generation until today. Usually, the GANDONG relationship is between one country and another country, and usually the GANDONG relationship is different between villages, Islamic and Christian village. Usually that's the case. On average, it's like that even if there are Christian partners with Christian or Muslim and Muslim, it's only a fraction of a percent. For the Maluku region, especially in the city of Ambon, to run away to their own place, they have a partner. There's partners from between countries and between countries. There are GANDONG and also between clans. So there are Session clans in LARIKE who have GANDONG in Session village because perhaps in historical times they came from the area, live in LARIKE, then convert to Islam in LARIKE. Their families became the GANDONG family with GANDONG in Session areas with Session families, but in general, it is most common in LARIKE villages. In that contained in several writings that GANDONG from LARIKE is with Alang. Even though in Alang itself they have various interpretations of GANDONG. Some say they don't liaise with LARIKE but they liaise with Negeri Lima and GANDONG with Hat. There are also those who say that among the Alang clans, there are Session clans who liaise directly with Session clans in the Morella, such as that in the case of the Sialana, GANDONG with the Pati in the Alang. For example, something like that. So, clans are between clans and GANDONG between villages, but in the terms of the LARIKE itself, what is generally known is that the liaison with Alang happened twice. The first was when two younger siblings were separated. One brother went down to LARIKE and then converted to Islam. Then the other went down to Alang and then converted to Christianity. That was the first GANDONG, long before there were many residents in this one country. Then, in 1853, at the time the rule in Alang was called King Edward Pati, he made a mistake, so he was punished by the Dutch by hanging. but the nomenclator set by the Dutch Queen said that he was punished by hanging. Then at the time, coincidentally, the king of the land of LARIKE was named Taklingo Sepa. He was a lawyer from the Latupati in Maluku. Well, he was appointed to defend King Alang at the time. He was picked up in LARIKE and then taken to the triangle fight. At the time, his name had not yet become known. Merdeka Square, but Triangle Square wanted to be hanged there. Well, before being hanged, with a long debate, the king of LARIKE said to the resident at the time that if he was ordered to be sentenced to death by hanging according to the contents of the decision, then he had to divorce. First, then hang it, so you cannot hang until you die, but you have to die first, then hanging. That in a natural state you cannot die in a state of being killed. Well, the requests were granted. King Edward Pati came down from the place of arrangement. He was released. Then he met with King LARIKE at the time. Then he said the Gandong today is 2 times Gandong. 2 times Gandong, country and family too. So, the law Sepak clan descended from the Mataruma Parenta in LARIKE is related or has a relationship between Gandong and the Pati clan descended from Mataruma Parenta in Alang. That's Gandong. The second is like that, and this included in their having a customary order there because of the inauguration of King Alang in 2020. I was the one talking about the Gandong issue in Alang because the Alang people did not recognize the LARIKE people as their own Gandong at the time. At the time when the PELA hit was going to be held, it was still during the rite when the customs were made in Alang. All the customs carried out in Alang did not happen because they did not recognize LARIKE as the Gandong. Later, when the LARIKE came, the activities could continue and there would be no obstacles.
Let's move on to the next topic, which is PELA. PELA is a band that occurs as a result of a campfire. What is campfire? That was a war that took place, and after that there was an intention of peace, and then these 2 villages made a peace, and it was called PELA. There are 3 types of PELA. There is PELA blood, PELA sopi with PELA tanpa sirip. Well, PELA blood usually they make peace by exchanging blood. When it comes to PELA sopi, they usually make peace by drinking sopi. If you use whiting, you usually change place with whiting. Because the country of LARIKE is the most peaceful, safe and peaceful country of all Sensing countries. The land of LARIKE does not have PELA at all. Because it has never fought, there is no historical record in any history of LARIKE at war, except LARIKE vowed to help to Dutch colonials. At that time, it was still controlled by the VOC to expel the Portuguese from the Huamual area, and that was the only war led directly by LARIKE and won by LARIKE, so that LARIKE was awarded the island located or areas in the Seram area to this day. LARIKE's area of power, but if village and village attack each other like PELA was created, it never existed because LARIKE country was originally the center of religious Shia. All the Arab clans come from LARIKE, so this land of LARIKE, if people want to show religious knowledge, come there because the LARIKE people in fact had a high base of religious knowledge, so they were not easily pitted against one another to fight one village against another. The term Latuhalat is PELA from LARIKE. It is derivative of Alang because Alang, which is the original PELA of Latuhalat, occurred as a result of the civil war because of Putri Latuhalat. The term is Putri Sagu, but in Alang it's called Meor. Well, the Alang people have a descendant of a prince who likes the princess, but their relationship is not approved. This Alang priest goes with the princess every day in Latuhalat. The Latuhalat people trick the Alang people, and with the knowledge they have at the time, they make one princess. From raw sagu. Called mayor in Alang, they make it exactly like a princess. Then they blow a kind of the genie into the sagu. It turns into exactly the same as a princess. Then the princess and prince from Alang went for a ride in a boat, and when they reached the middle of the sea, the princess jumped into the sea. Then the prince, who was a descendant of the crown princess from Mataruma Parenta's descendants in Alang, also jumped down following the princess and died. Finally, war between Alang and Latuhalat. After the war raged, they were at peace because Larike and Alang were gandong. Then Alang made a peace with Latuhalat. Two of them become PELA. Larike joined in, but Alang's position fell as Nipeo. So Alang people often called people as Larike Wate. Latuhalat called people as Larike Wate also because of Angkos fall.
A ritual or activity is scaled down collaboration of the intention of PELA and GANDONG. In Larike, it is usually done in Alang, called Panas PELA or Panas GANDONG. Usually at the same time as Panas PELA and Panas GANDONG. There will be Latuhala and Larike people present. Because the channel of voice in meeting the PELA Gandong tradisi in Larike. Usually, because a channel is to keep the store sustainable for the younger generation. This is because a channel and the education there is comfortably to the younger generation. Because currently, the younger generation is least focused on this like that, and how costumes are, the costume is still in meeting.
How to overcome this so that PELA Gandong remains sustainable in Larike village? In Minang, there is something called an association or Minang Custom Association, where they are facilitated by the government. Then they have the task of looking for lost customs, then nurturing and teaching them to the younger generations. And maintaining the customs are still carried out there, so all aspects of Minang have bodies like that, so all governments should be able to decide a traditional body in Maluku. Maluku is a land of custom or a land of kings because it is based on the word Al-Mulk, which means lands of kings, but there are no association, bodies or anything related to custom, which accommodates all indigenous people and talks about custom. In fact, in every region, customs are now starting to disappear. The role of PELA Gandong in strengthening relations between two villages. When talking about family roles and so on, up to now, when a Larike person passes by in Alang, the Alang person says Larike AA. If a Larike person says Alang Wale, well that's all that's left, only one person until two person. The meaning of the PELA Gandong tradition for the Larike community. The PELA Gandong tradition for the Larike people has a very deep meaning. This is not only about the ties between two or more villages, but also about the cultural and historical heritage that is preserved from generation to generation. PELA Gandong reflects the values of peace, brotherhood, and harmony, and reminds the importance of maintaining good relation with neighbors and relatives. This tradition also teaches the values of justice, tolerance, and respect for religious and cultural difference. Apart from that, the PELA Gandong tradition is also a foundation for the strengthening social and economic networks between villages. Through cooperation and exchange of culture and research, communities involved in PELA Gandong can support each other in various aspects of life, including agriculture, trade, and other social activities. This tradition is also the foundation for maintaining peace and preventing conflict.
In conclusion, the PELA Gandong tradition in LARIKE village has an important role in strengthening relation between village and preserving culture and historical heritage from generation to generation. Even though we are faced with challenges such as the lost interest of the younger generation and the lack of institutions that maintain tradition. Efforts to keep this tradition sustainable need to be made. The meaning of the PELA Gandong tradition includes the values of peace, brotherhood, harmony, justice, tolerance, and respect for religion and culture difference. Through this tradition, communities can strengthen social and economic network and prevent conflict between them.